Europe, with its rich history, top-rated tourist attractions, and numerous scenic wonders, offers a wide array of travel experiences for both long and short trips. Regardless of being the smallest continent in the world, it's the perfect place to explore and make unforgettable memories. But before planning your Europe trip, there are a few very important things that you should know. Lining up these details well ahead of time is a big part of having a smooth trip. Valid passport. If it's due to expire within 6 months of your ticketed date of return, you need to renew it. Allow up to 6 weeks to renew or get a passport. If your passport expiration date is sooner than 6 months from your date of arrival, you may not be admitted. Make sure you have all the necessary documents with you. Make a list of all the important documents you must bring during your Europe trip. Also, have soft copies of them with you. It is crucial to double-check that you have your passport and any necessary visas or travel documents before heading overseas. Photocopy of all important documents. Ensure you have taken photocopies of all important documents with you. In case you misplace or lose your original document, a photocopy should be there with you as proof. Always pay in local currency. Always pay in the local currency, euros, throughout your Europe trip. This will allow your bank to set the exchange rate. Never pay in dollars, as you may get the worst exchange rate. When conducting transactions in your local currency, you have more control over your finances. You are shielded from currency exchange volatility. Check your mobile plan. Call your provider and ask them if you are covered for the European countries you are traveling to. If not, either turn your phone off or put it in airplane mode and just use Wi-Fi. Converter. Power bank to Europe. Buy a multi-country power adapter. That way, you can plug multiple cords in and just use one outlet. And that's key, since a lot of hotel rooms and cabins on cruises only have 1 or 2 outlets. A power bank is also useful to charge your gadgets during travel. Know the basic rules of the country you are going to travel. It is very important to understand the basic rules of any country before you travel there. This will help you to avoid landing into any legal issues. Check public holidays and festivals. You should check public holidays and festivals in European countries you are traveling to before you plan your trip to Europe, as you may miss many tourist attractions during these days because they may be closed. Pack light. Having less luggage means you can carry it on your own, and you don't need to be dependent on anyone to help you every time you have to carry them. So pack light baggage for your Europe trip. Download some important travel apps. Download Google Maps and Google Translate on your phone. These are very important apps during your Europe trip, as well as for any international travel. Don't see a complete Europe. You can't see complete Europe in your single trip. It takes around 6 months to 1 year or even more to see a complete Europe. If you are planning a Europe trip, then make a list of top tourist attractions in Europe that can be covered in one trip. This will save your budget and time. Book your flight tickets and hotel accommodations at the earliest possible. You must book flight tickets and hotel accommodations well before your trip plan to save money. During high season flights and hotels, booking rates are very high. You can book at reasonable rates if you book well in advance. Make sure you have travel insurance with you. For most international trips, it is mandatory to have travel insurance as your important document with you. This will be very useful in case of any mishap. It can provide peace of mind in case of any unexpected emergencies or cancellations. Always carry your passport. During your Europe trip, wherever you go, your passport is your identity, and it is a very important document to carry with you. There are many places where you won't get entry without your passport as a tourist. Book attraction tickets well in advance. If possible, then book tickets to tourist attractions you are going to visit during your Europe trip. During peak seasons, rates are high for many attractions. Booking in advance will give you reasonable rates, and you can save money as well as time. Make sure about documents for kids with you. If you're bringing the kids, make sure you have the right paperwork, including passports, and if applicable, a letter of consent to travel without both parents and documentation for adopted children. Figure out your primary form of transportation in Europe. During your stay in Europe, you ensure your primary form of transportation and rates for the same. Get a rail pass, rent a car, and/or book flights within Europe. Inform your bank about debit/credit card usage in Europe. Call your bank. Alert them that you'll be using your debit and credit cards in Europe. Ask about transaction fees and get the PIN for your credit card. Make a list of valuables you bring to the Europe trip. Make a list of valuables that you're bringing. such as electronics. Include serial numbers, makes, and models, and take photos of your items to serve as a record for the police and your insurance company should anything be stolen. We wish you a happy and safe journey on your Europe trip. For any assistance with your Europe trip, feel free to contact us. Hassle-free and smooth travel experience for our clients is our main objective.